Hi friends, this is Suzy, your Candy Crush guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 6977 in Candy Crush Saga, which is a nightmare level where we have 27 moves to clear out, 32 bubblegum pop, and 120 frosting. So bubblegum pop throughout, frosting thick, so I need to crush down here. Oh my goodness. We have lucky candies. Lucky candies always correspond directly to order fulfillment, so I could get more bubblegum pop, but I could also get more frosting all over. And I don't know how many frosting are on the board, but presumably I don't have to get all the way down to the bottom because more frosting will show up here. However, the further down I can get, the bigger the board is, the more I can try to make... Oh, those come out right away. The more I can try to make combos and at least some sort of special. Speaking of special, I kind of wonder how a fish would react. I don't know it's that important for me to find that out. I think I need to keep working down into this area, although that doesn't seem to be easy to do. And then look at that, we get these blockers in the way. Okay, now I'll do this because it's going to set this off and set off a fish, and the fish just went for nowhere. I mean, there was just a regular color candy there. That was nothing. So now I know what the fish do, and I'm not well pleased. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is awful. Yikes. All frosting. And then let's say I do get a whole bunch of bubblegum pop. Well, then I will have completely eliminated the need for the lucky candies to give me bubblegum pop. And then they'll just all be frosting. Okay, so I didn't reach down here nearly well enough. Obviously. This is kind of awful. But I was just kind of feeling my way here. And just wanted to see what might happen. Awful things happened. So let's try this again, but let me be a little bit more focused and direct. Well, that's nice. See, if I can get this open, then I have more potential not only to create things, but just to have things gifted to me. Let's see if I can do better than needing 8 bubblegum pop and 43 frosting on a board like this. That means I'm going to have to evaluate each and every move. Not just take good moves, but take the best move I can find. So this looks like a really good move because it hits 3 of these. I could also do this. It takes out orange, it takes out red, but just 1 of these. Yeah, this is by far the best. All of the other things I can do, not worthwhile comparatively. All right, now I can make a stripe and open 2 of these up. The problem is, what are those 2 things going to be? I don't really have a whole lot of options. I can take out 1 frosting. I can just play around over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and try this. Again, we know it's never going to be great when we've got blockers. Even if it's a bubblegum pop, it's still a blocker. But instead of making a fish, I'm going to go for the stripe. And when I can, I'm going to set off the stripes. And when I can, I'm going to try to bring these lucky candies down closer to the bottom. When I can. So that when I set them off, they're not interfering as much. Now here's a question. Do I make this stripe, which heads through a lot of layers, or this stripe, which also opens up a couple of these? I'm going to go ahead and go for this stripe. I'm going to hope this is the one that turns into the stripe and that it nestles right down here where it's going to have great impact. Well, kind of, but it's vertical instead of horizontal like I expected. So yeah, let's keep hitting this bubblegum pop. Try to open this board. Oh, I love a striped wrapped combo. Here's the question. Do I take this or do I go for... did I say it? Yeah, striped wrapped combo. I could make a color bomb. But what if the fish takes one of these out? I think it's worth the risk. Now here's the question. Striped wrapped combo or color bomb stripe combo? I think striped wrapped. Striped wrapped is going to hit a lot of stuff. Plus it's going to hit this, which is going to take out the most prevalent color, which is going to help, right? If I could get the wrapped candy, I might think differently. I don't know. I think striped wrapped is the way to go here. Could be a mistake, but it really does help to open things up. And wrapped candies are kind of phenomenal on a board like this. Now I don't have any good moves. I can make this fish. I can pull over here. I can play around a little bit here, but it's off in the corner. I'm going to try to go for a color bomb by doing this. Color bomb worked. Now I could make a stripe. I want to get right down in here. I'm going to take out all orange. I like the idea of using color bombs just to take out a color, just to concentrate things down. Oh, moving fast, not considering all of my moves. So I could do this. It takes out orange, it takes out purple, it opens that up, but it doesn't hit anything. I could do this to try to strike that bubblegum pop. I could do this to try to bring the red together. I actually think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take out the green around here, try to get something better installed over here, and maybe try to get a combo. That ain't working. I have to remember that the board reacts differently when there are these lucky candies because they put those blockers right there. So I feel like I'm doing better. I don't think I am statistically. I don't know why I feel more confident about my progress, because it's not going well. And this whole thing about, making the best move possible. What if I don't have any good moves? What if I'm so stuck here? I'm going to do this. Yeah, that was a bad move, but you just don't know. Okay, so really miserable both times, not making any progress. That means I have to do something differently. I think what I'm going to do differently is I'm going to really focus on making wrapped. I think the spectacular move on this board would be a wrapped combo. And I don't think just one is going to work. I think we need a couple of, striped, wrapped, those types of combos. But I also have to remember when I'm looking for those best moves to contemplate how the lucky candy affects those moves. So I'm going to pause, come back with a new board. I'll have the microphone turned off initially, and then once I solve this, I'll come back through and narrate for you. Okay, so here we go. We're making wrapped candies where and when we can. Follow up with the stripe. I'll take that. And, no good moves here. So let's just take what we can there. Now we're starting to get back to good moves. Yeah, I'll go for the stripe, and that hits that bubblegum pop. I like that. And let's blow up that wrapped candy and try to proceed down closer and closer to the bottom. I don't know why I didn't move that red over. I am taking kind of fast turns here. Let's see if I can get a different red to show up in this area. Ooh, well that didn't quite work, but let's blow up the bubblegum pop and keep... yeah, my idea to try to get a color bomb there did not work. And again, I'd rather have probably, wrapped than any kind of color bomb, but it is nice to have those options when I can get them. Ooh, let's do this. Still going to hit that bubblegum pop. There's a wrapped. There's another wrapped. I think it's worthwhile to put them together. That is just so explosive, especially down where it is. If I could do two wrapped up at the very top, I wouldn't take that likely. Yeah, I need to keep moving down low. Oh, look at that. Striped wrapped. That's what I needed. A couple of good combos. And now I need to position myself right down here at the base. Oh, this is kind of perfect. I can make a stripe that's going to be taken out by the bubblegum pop, which is going to take out that bottom row of frosting and allow things to happen. All right, so that's how it's done. Wrapped. Really helped on that, especially followed up by a striped wrapped. And that took between 10 and 15 tries, so it wasn't forever, thankfully. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.